Today I will show you guys how to use the idea of the absolute value to solve this equation that has two absolute values. And in fact, this equation has more than one answers. It has infinitely many answers, but it's not all real numbers. So check this out. First, let me just remind you guys on the side. When we have absolute value, let's say x minus a, what this is trying to calculate is the distance on the number line between this and that. So x and a. So just a real quick example, if you understand this idea, let's say if we have the absolute value equation, x minus 2 is equal to 8. Then you will see why we have two answers. If you look at the number line, here we have x, which we don't know what it is, but we do know the 2. Let's say 2 is right here. Yeah? So this is saying that the distance between x and 2 is equal to 8. So you can look at 2 is like the center. We just have to go out 8 units. So I can just count this way, add 8, so we get 10. So one of the answers is x can be 10. But we can also go the other way, which we subtract 8. 2 minus 8 is negative 6. So x could also be equal to negative 6. We have two answers for that. Now, let's use this idea to help us with this equation. Let me rewrite it. This is the same as absolute value, x minus 5. And then we are going to add the absolute value, x. But that's a plus though. Don't worry. Look at the plus as minus negative 1. And that's equal to 6. So what this is saying is that the distance between x and 5 plus the distance between x and negative 1 is equal to 6. So let's look at the number line. We have two numbers that we know, 5 and negative 1. So let's say negative 1 is right here, and let's say 5 is right here. Okay. Let's just think about where can the x be, alright? Suppose x is equal to, let's say, 7. Suppose. So that means the distance between this and that is 2. And then the distance between negative 1 and 7 is what? From negative 1 to 0 is 1, and then you go 7 more times, so it's 8. So 2 plus 8 is 10 already. No, we are trying to get just 6. And this is my eraser now. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway. So where can x be though? If it's right here, let's say at 5. No. Well, actually 5 works, right? Have a look. If x is at 5, then the distance between 5 and 5 is just 0. The distance between negative 1 and 5, from here to here, is 6. Okay? 0 plus 6 is 6, so x equals 5 does work. Huh? Can x be somewhere after negative 1? Let's say x is negative 2 right here. Okay? The distance between negative 2 and negative 1 is 1. Distance is always non-negative, right? So 1. And then from negative 2 to 5, well, if you count up 2 times, you get to 0. And then you do 5 more times, you get to 5. So 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. That is too much. No, we don't want anything after negative 1. But if you think about it, let me just erase everything again. Earlier we said when we have 5, it does work. And in fact, when we have negative 1, it also works. Because if you put negative 1 in here, the distance between negative 1 and 1 is 0. The distance between negative 1 and 5 is 6. So from here to here, it's distance is equal to 6. Cool. So we have two answers, negative 1 and 5. Done. No, there's one more thing we haven't checked. We haven't checked 0. Well, I mean, anything between yet. 0 is in between, so let's see if we have 0. Okay, the distance between -1 and 0 is 1, and the distance between 0 and 5 is 5. Guess what? The distance between this to that, and then you add it from here to here, we get 6. Huh, okay. So 0 is an answer, huh? Done? No. How about if I have, let's say, 2? From here to here, the distance is 3. From here is 2. And then from here to here is, 1 more, so altogether is 3. 3 plus 3, oh, that's also 6. Wow, so how many answers do we have? A lot. Infinitely many, but it's not all real numbers. Anything after 5 doesn't work. Anything after -1 also doesn't work. But anything inside from -1 to 5, they all work. So in fact, the solution is the inequality, any x values in between of -1, including -1, and also less than 5, including 5. So that's that.